Donovan, the last game before the break, never an easy one. Why did your urgency and how did it win out there at the end?
It's like you said, it's never going to be easy. I think the biggest thing is just finding a way. It's never going to be 82 games. It's never going to be like consistent from beginning to end. There's great. We have stretches like that, we have games like that, but for us to respond the way we did, and maybe they ain't got hot. Coby White played a hell of a game. Vucevic and those guys making plays, and they got defenders. They got different guys. Torrey Craig started the game out like 3 of 3. So different things that we locked in on, honed in on, and ended up getting the win.
What are you most proud of what this team's accomplished so far heading into the break?
The expectation to be winning these games, the mindset of it. I think we come into these games, and it can kind of work the other way, which we saw against Philly. But I think that's a mindset to come in. Like after Philly, we were pissed off. Like the vibe, you felt it on the next day of practice. That's a winning mindset. The play is going to be the play. We're going to be who we are. We're going to continue to do this. But I think having that mindset of coming in every night, expecting to win these games and playing like it, every night.
How nice is it to see DG? We just talked about it the other day. Just come in and close the game.
Man,
I think he looked you off for a 3.
I do not mind. There's not one person I trust, more out there than him. At the end of the day, that's why we're both out there. If it's not me, it's him. We have teammates that trust us in those moments, and there's never a doubt. You know what I mean? The biggest thing is to come back and do that after Philly. You know what I mean? It says a lot about the mental, maturity, of him, and just to be able to respond. It's a hell of a shot, and then to make the big free throws right after that. That's just who he is, man. I'm glad that went down, because I think he just needed that. I'm glad that went down, and there was never a doubt. Even the one he took after, the move he made after, I'm just expecting that because that's who he's been his whole career. That's who he's been, but just like I said, slowly building back. You know what I mean? And it's great we get this break. He'll work out, get back into shape, and we'll be back right once we get back.
Saw you on the sidelines during the Coby White interaction, kind of cheering him on.
Yeah,
what
man.
What were you hoping you guys were going to get from them?
I just love the fact that, like, even when J.A. had his thing, I forgot who we were playing. Brooklyn. Just a sense of fire. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. We like as a team just having that, and it's different people every night. It's Max Leasley from Tex. You know what I mean? It's George. It's myself. It's J.A. It's whoever. Like just kind of getting that fire. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. And it just shows that there's a care. Not to say that there is, but it just shows that, and it shows it to the whole group. And I love it. You know what I mean? And we're not gonna go out there and fight. We're not. This isn't WWE or whatever. This isn't UFC. So just being able to set that tone. You know what I mean? I think was huge.
What hearing the MVP chants from the fans get really loud late in the game, what did that mean to you?
I appreciate it, man. Always. You know what I mean? I work my butt off, to try to be the best player I can be for this group, and it's translating. The biggest thing now is just continuing to play this way, but to have the support of not just my teammates, the organization, but the fans, and doing all that, man, it means a lot. You never get old, and as a kid, you visualize that at the free throw line, you visualize that many times sitting in your driveway. So to be in a real NBA game doing that on a consistent basis and hearing that, it's awesome.
It's hard to change reputations in the NBA, obviously. And one of the reputations that you guys had coming off the New York series was you weren't physical enough, you weren't tough enough. Do you feel like in any way you were trying to show something different this year?
I don't think we're going out there trying to prove that. I think it's just it just wasn't who we were. You know what I mean? We had a bad 5 games, and that's ultimately, 4 games. We played 1 good one. You know what I mean? So ultimately, you're as good as your last playoff series. And I think we all came into it. That's not who we are. It's not us, And for some guys, DG, AF, Ice, it's their first playoff experience. But, for most of the rest of us, it's no, that's not who we are. And just going out there and proving it. But, it's February 14th, so no matter what we show you today, no matter what we show you tomorrow, no matter what we show you next week, doesn't matter. Once we get to April, we got to continue to play this way, continue to have that aggressiveness, the physicality, and dominate the way we have been.
Do you sense opponents trying to test you from that standpoint this year?
I wouldn't. Oh yeah, why not? Yeah, I think it's definitely something the one with JA. You know what I mean? That was my favorite. You know what I mean? Just to see him get out. That's why I kind of got out the way after he pushed me. I was like, all right, you got it. But that's it's a product of it. People watch film. People watch watch everything. It was a league. Everybody watches each other. So I think definitely, there's definitely some moments where people try to feel like they can do that, and have moments where you got George, doing it tonight, myself, J.A., TT, when he's out there, Max. Like, so just kind of setting that tone, I think it's huge. All right, Max, have a good one, buddy. Happy Valentine's Day, bro.
Hey, Donovan, when you were accepting your award, do you know what was up with Torrey Craig? Was he trying to get in your head?
That's my dog, man. Torrey and I have been cool since I got into the league. He was just being an idiot. I love that guy. He's funny. I've known him for a while, so it wasn't anything personal. It was just all fun and games, and I told him to get the fuck out of here. So that's nothing at all. It's just my dog.
So what is your background and like how did you guys become?
We almost were teammates 2 separate times in Utah, but it didn't end up happening. I think he got traded to Phoenix twice, 2 different occasions, I think it was, or once to Indiana, whatever it was. So we had conversations. We kind of built that friendship, and then we also had the same agency. So that's kind of how it built from there. But great dude. Works his butt off. So that's it.
Did you say anything about having the last laugh tonight? Tell him anything?
No, I let it go because he's got me a few times. So I don't know what the series is between us. But he's got me a few times. But no, he's good people, man. It was all fun and games.
Last 2. You mentioned Coby White getting hot. He's a guy in the most improved player conversation. What have you seen on film of him elevating his game and you competing against him?
Tonight it was scoring. I mean, he's been scoring, but he's been able to get past the ball. He's been making guys around him better. Making winning plays. I think it was did he have the pass to Ayo in the corner? A dot to 3. I think it was him. Plays like that, man. And then on top of that, making me pay for not rotating, at the end of the game. That's a rotation I need to make. Those are timely shots with 10 to 16 from the field. He's gotten better. Him and I used to have the same agent, so I've known him since he got drafted. And, to see the growth and the confidence, that's the biggest thing. You could see it in his eyes. There's a look of, he belongs here, he belongs here, he deserves to be playing like this. So I got the utmost respect for him, his game. Great family, great kid. But, he's up there in that conversation for sure. All right, beautiful.